Welcome to Meta Yeda with your host, Dr. Elhanan Gazit, your ultimate destination for leaders and creators. Here, we share some of the best metaverse, gaming, and digital innovation news, stories, and insights. Think fast, level up smart. Game on.
Welcome back, everybody. You guys really seem to love our AI's 2025 Fever Dream episode from December.
Yeah.
Our Gaming in Mind podcast saw like a 45% increase in downloads after that one. So thanks for listening. That episode actually inspired today's deep dive. Dr. G sent us a chapter from his upcoming book, Generation Gaming Plus, How Video Games, Metaverse, and AI Design Our Lives.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this chapter is titled Memes Emperor. And it revisits some of those AI predictions we talked about back in December, like restaurants serving up digital emotions and machines collecting silence.
Okay, I gotta ask, what in the world are digital emotions, and how can a machine possibly collect silence?
Yeah. Well, Dr. G doesn't exactly, define those terms, but he uses them to kind of paint a picture of a future where technology is really, deeply intertwined with our emotions and experiences. I think it's a pretty thought-provoking idea.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. So then he jumps into an analysis of Elon Musk's recent online activities, specifically his Twitter name change to Kekius Maximus at the end of 2024. Dr. G compares Musk to a CEO who, disrupts a board meeting but ends up making the company millions.
I like that analogy.
Yeah. What's so fascinating is how Musk is leveraging meme culture and gamer language to connect with a very specific audience. Do you remember that cryptic tweet about reaching level 80 in Path of Exile's hardcore mode?
Oh, yeah.
Only the most dedicated players reach that level, especially in hardcore mode, where if you die once you have to start over.
Right.
So when Musk referenced that, he instantly gained credibility with the gaming community.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was a really smart move. And it's just one example of how Musk used this new persona to tap into the zeitgeist and position himself as a leader in the digital age. Dr. G breaks down this strategy into 4 key takeaways.
Okay.
All right. The first one is rebranding as a cultural statement. Musk's new name isn't just some random choice. It's like a carefully crafted blend of Roman emperor imagery and Pepe the Frog. And that directly appeals to the meme culture and crypto and gaming audiences. These are the audiences driving the new economy.
Yeah, for sure.
Second takeaway is heavy ammunition and mentorship. Musk didn't just use any old memes. He used references that resonated with hardcore gamers, like he was demonstrating a genuine understanding of their culture. He fostered the sense of belonging and connection.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And the third takeaway that Dr. G emphasizes is that timing is everything. Musk chose the end of the year. When people are reflecting on the past and planning for the future, that's when he introduced his new persona and owned the conversation.
That's smart.
And finally, Dr. G highlights the fact that meme culture is a powerful tool. Memes are more than just jokes. They're a language, a mechanism for driving markets. And Musk's mastery of this language just shows how powerful and authentic connection with the gaming generation can be.
Really powerful.
Dr. G really emphasizes that these takeaways aren't just for tech giants like Musk. They're applicable to anyone who wants to succeed in the digital age. He challenges readers to consider how they could apply a gaming mindset and these digital strategies to their own communities or businesses.
So what can we implement? How can we level up?
Right. It's a powerful question,
Gotcha.
especially in light of what just happened. While we were talking about all this, we got some breaking news. There was a terror attack here in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
The truck bomb exploded near the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. And there are also reports of shootings and a car ramming in New Orleans.
No.
1 person is confirmed dead and 7 are injured. It looks like the U.S. is under a combined terror attack. Our thoughts go out to all the victims and their families.
Absolutely.
It's,
yeah.
It's a sobering reminder of the world we live in and how everything is interconnected, from the digital realm to the physical streets of our cities.
Yeah. I was just thinking that this really ties into Dr. G's points about the power of digital communication and its potential for both good and bad.
Right. He argues that we're all playing a kind of massive online game now.
Yeah.
But the stakes are incredibly high.
Yeah.
And in this game, understanding meme culture isn't just about getting a joke. It's about understanding a whole new form of communication, a way to connect with people and even influence them.
It's true.
Dr. G calls this the gaming mindset. And he says it's crucial for navigating this new world.
Okay, so what exactly does he mean by gaming mindset? What does that actually look like in practice?
Well, he breaks it down into a few key elements: adaptability, strategic thinking, and a willingness to experiment and learn from failure. It's like in a video game. You constantly have to adjust your strategies, figure out what works and what doesn't, and level up your skills.
Right. But it's not all about like winning or being the best, right? There's also a huge emphasis on collaboration and community in gaming.
Absolutely. Dr. G talks about how gaming communities often come together to solve problems, share knowledge, and support each other. He thinks we can apply those same principles to real-world challenges, like using the collaborative skills we've honed online to make a positive impact.
So it's about taking those skills, the adaptability, the strategic thinking, the collaborative spirit, and using them to create something good in the real world.
Exactly. He believes that the gaming generation has the potential to really drive positive change on a global scale.
That's a powerful idea. But how do we actually put that into practice? How do we translate this gaming mindset into tangible action?
Well, that's where Dr. G gets really practical. He offers concrete advice for individuals, businesses, and even policymakers on how to leverage this power. For example, he talks a lot about the importance of authenticity and genuine connection. You can't just throw a meme on something and expect it to work. You have to really understand the culture and the community you're trying to reach.
Right. It has to be authentic.
Yeah. It's about being real, being yourself, and speaking to your audience in a way that resonates with them on a deeper level. Just like Musk did with his Kekius Maximus persona. He wasn't trying to be someone he wasn't. He was embracing his own interests and connecting with people who shared those passions.
Right.
And that's where the power lies. When you're genuine, you attract people who are drawn to your authenticity.
So what other practical tips does Dr. G offer?
Well, he emphasizes the importance of experimentation and iteration. Don't be afraid to try new things, to fail fast, and to learn from your mistakes. It's just like in a video game. You have to experiment with different strategies until you find one that works.
Exactly.
And he also stresses the importance of building communities. Don't just focus on broadcasting your message. Create spaces where people can connect, collaborate, and contribute their own ideas.
So instead of just tweeting into the void, we should be building online communities and forums where people can interact and have real conversations.
Exactly. It's about fostering a sense of belonging and shared purpose.
I see. This is all very inspiring. But I keep thinking back to that breaking news. How do we reconcile this idea of a positive gaming mindset with all the very real threats and dangers in the world?
Yeah, that's a really important question. And Dr. G doesn't shy away from it. He acknowledges that the same tools and technologies that can be used for good can also be used for harm.
Right.
So it's not just about understanding and leveraging these powerful tools. It's about using them responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely.
We need to be mindful of the potential consequences of our actions online. We need to think critically about the information we consume and share.
Yeah.
And we need to be vigilant in combating disinformation, hate speech, and other forms of harmful content. These things can spread so easily online.
It's true.
It's like in any game. There are always going to be bad actors who try to exploit the system for their own gain.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's up to us, the players, to be aware of those threats and to work together to protect our communities and to make sure that these tools are being used for good.
It's definitely a challenging task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as Dr. G reminds us, we have the tools and the mindset to make a difference. The question is, are we ready to use them?
That is the question.
Dr. G ends his chapter with a powerful call to action. He asks, ready to unleash your gamer mindset? And I think that's a question we should all be asking ourselves right now.
I agree.
Are we ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities of this new digital world? Are we ready to think fast, level up smart, and use our gaming mindset to create positive change?
What do you think?
Yeah, what do you think? We'd love to hear your thoughts. So let's shift gears for a moment and talk about, I think we should discuss. We've been exploring some pretty complex ideas today, from AI predicting its own future to the power of memes and the importance of a gaming mindset.
Yeah, for sure.
And with that breaking news about the attacks, it's hard not to think about how all of this affects the world we live in.
Yeah, I agree.
Dr. G's call to action, ready to unleash your gamer mindset. It feels even more urgent now. So let's talk about what that means for each of us. What really struck me was how Dr. G doesn't just present these ideas as like abstract theories. He challenges us to take ownership of our digital lives and to use our voices to make a difference.
Right.
He reminds us that we're not just passive consumers of content. We're active participants, creators, and influencers. We actually have the power to shape this digital landscape.
And we have a responsibility to use that power wisely, especially with what's happening right now.
Absolutely. It's about being informed, being critical of the information we encounter, and being actively engaged in shaping the online world.
Yeah, exactly.
Dr. G argues that the gaming generation is uniquely equipped to do this. We've grown up with technology, we're comfortable with rapid change, and we're masters of collaboration and problem solving.
Right.
And maybe most importantly, we're not afraid to fail. We understand that failure is part of the learning process, and we're always willing to try again, to adapt and to improve.
It's a good point. That resilience, that willingness to experiment and learn from our mistakes is so crucial in a world that's constantly evolving.
Yeah. And it's not just about individual action either. It's about building communities, working together, and using our collective knowledge and skills to create positive change.
What's the takeaway message here? What can our listeners do to start unleashing their gamer mindset and making a difference?
I think the key message is this. We all have the potential to be memes emperors in our own right. We can all use the power of digital culture to impact the world around us.
I like that.
We can build communities, we can support causes we believe in, and we can use our voices to advocate for change.
Right.
And we can do it all while embracing our authentic selves, having fun, and connecting with others who share our passions.
I think that's important.
Yeah. Dr. G's book, Generation Gaming Plus, is a must-read for anyone who wants to understand these forces and how to navigate this new world.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you should. He provides so many practical insights and strategies for individuals, businesses, and even policymakers. And his motto, think fast, level up smart, it really is a perfect encapsulation of the gaming mindset he advocates.
Yeah.
So, as you move forward in this digital age, think about how you can apply those principles to your own life. How can you think fast, level up smart, and use your skills and passions to make a positive impact?
That's a great question.
It's a question I think we all need to ponder.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And keep those questions in mind as you navigate this crazy digital landscape.
So we've talked about a lot today, like a lot. From AI predicting its own future to the power of memes and how important a gaming mindset can be.
Yeah, it's a lot to process.
It is. And, with everything that's happening, that breaking news about the terror attacks, it's hard not to think about what all of this means. Like, what does it all mean for the world?
I know, it's definitely a reality check.
Yeah.
Dr. G's call to action, ready to unleash your gamer mindset.
It feels even more urgent now.
Yeah, it does. So,
what does that actually mean for us?
Right. Like, what can we do?
Well, what I found interesting is Dr. G doesn't just throw these ideas out there. He wants us to really think about them.
He wants us to take ownership of our digital lives and to use our voices to actually make a difference.
Yeah, I like that.
He reminds us that we're not just passively consuming content. We're active participants. We're creators.
We're influencers.
Right. We have the power to shape this digital landscape.
And we have a responsibility to use that power wisely, especially now.
Exactly. It's about being informed. It's about being critical of the information that's out there. And it's about being actively engaged in shaping the online world.
For sure.
Dr. G argues that the gaming generation is uniquely equipped to handle all of this. Think about it. We grew up with technology. We're comfortable with rapid change. We're used to collaborating and solving problems together.
That's true.
And you know what? We're not afraid to fail.
Yeah.
We understand that failure is part of learning. And we're always willing to try again. We adapt. We improve.
That's so important, especially in a world that's constantly changing.
It is. And it's not just about what we do as individuals. It's also about working together, building communities, and using our collective knowledge and skills to make a positive impact.
Well, what's the main message here? What can our listeners do? How do they unleash their gamer mindset and actually make a difference?
I think the biggest takeaway is this. We can all be memes emperors in our own way. We can all use the power of digital culture to make a difference in the world.
I love that.
We can build communities. We can support causes we care about. And we can use our voices to advocate for change. And we can do it all while being ourselves, having fun, and connecting with people who share our passions.
That's a great point.
If you want to understand all of this stuff, you have to check out Dr. G's book, Generation Gaming Plus.
Definitely.
It's full of practical insights and strategies
for everyone.
For everyone. Individuals, businesses, even policymakers. And his motto, think fast, level up smart. It perfectly captures this gaming mindset.
It really does.
So as you navigate this crazy digital world, remember that motto. Think about how you can apply these principles to your life. How can you think fast? How can you level up smart? And how can you use your own skills and passions to make a positive impact?
Those are good questions.
Yeah, they are. And those are questions that we all need to be asking ourselves. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and good luck out there.